Hey, thanks for watching this Rock and Rollin' video. Today I'm going to show you how to use your sewer hose to dump your black and gray and galley tank at an RV dump station. A lot of gas stations have free dump like Mavericks. A lot of other gas stations though have free dump if you fill up or get some gas, which makes sense. For the Shell here, we just had to put at least $20 in the tank and we needed gas anyways. And then you just ask and they give you the key so that you can unlock the dump station and dump your RV tanks. Kenzie was just saying, and she's right, this is like the cleanest dump we've ever seen. Usually it's very nasty. So anyways, you're gonna unlock this little part. If it's locked, a lot of times it's not. Put this somewhere easy to access. Here we have our RV sewer hose. We just use the Rhino hoses. I like the clear bend right here so that you can see when your water starts coming out clear if you're cleaning out one of your tanks. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna hook it up on this side first. We do that because that way we know that it's already hooked up and we can't forget that step and spew waste everywhere. So once we have this side hooked up, we're gonna hook up to our first tank. Now it's really easy. All you have to do is pop open the cap, take this part, screw it on, make sure it clicks. Then just make sure your hose is relatively unkinked. Once you've got your hose hooked up on both ends, always make sure it's hooked up on both ends, no major kinks. Then you just pull your release lever to open it and you'll hear it flow. And then we can actually see right here where it's flowing, which is why I love having the clear elbow right there. Once you're done dumping, this was our galley tank. So our galley tank, you want to make sure to close the lever before you disconnect the hose. Otherwise, you're going to get some nasty on you. So we're going to close the lever. Once you close the lever, count to 10 or so. That way it gives it a little time to drain anything that's left in the pipe before you unscrew it. So if this is your first time dumping your RV, you may actually have two dump points. For us, we have our gray tank back here. And then we have our black tank and our other gray tank up front. So now that we've dumped this, I'm just gonna pull the hose over there. It'll extend, I'm gonna dump this side. One thing that I do need to correct is I don't have the hose flat, so this will make it where the water can't come up as well. So we just want to move that and make sure that the hose is flat and going downhill as best we can. As you can see right here, we have our gray tank and our black tank. Now there actually is an order to how you dump these. Once you get your hose hooked up, you want to open the gray tank for a few seconds just to get the hose primed and wet. Then you want to close it. Then you want to open your black tank, let it drain all the way out, close it. Then you'll open your gray tank and let it drain the rest of the way out. That way it will clean the hose and you won't have the wastewater stuck in your hose. So we're gonna start off by hooking it up and opening the gray tank for a few seconds. The hookup process is basically the same. Now that we've hooked up, right under this sticker, I'm gonna reach under and I'll grab the gray tank handle and open the gray tank. Now that the hose has been primed with the water from the gray tank, I'm going to close that. Now I'm going to open the black tank lever. We're going to let the black tank drain all the way and then we'll let the gray tank finish draining. You never want to open both tanks at the same time because then the water can mix from the two and it can contaminate your gray tank with black tank water. Now that the black tank is drained all the way, we're going to close that. And then we're gonna open the gray tank. And we're gonna let that kind of flush the hose and drain the gray tank all the way out. Another thing you can do if your RV is equipped like ours is once that's done, I'm actually gonna close the gray tank, open the black tank, and I'm gonna use what's called the tank flush. It's a feature in our RV that lets us hook up an external water source, which is a hose from the dump station, to the black tank, and in the black tank there's a little bar with nozzles on it that's gonna spin and spray water to break up any solid waste and clean off the walls so that the sensor works well and that we don't have any residue. So I'll show you how to do that also. But if you don't have one of those, just do the process as I've explained it up until now. So at some dump stations, they're gonna have a water source like this, and that's for if your RV is equipped with a black tank flush. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna take this and you're gonna hook it up to your RV. For us, it's near where we actually put fresh water in our RV, so don't mix those up. So let's go. So for us, it's in this forward compartment towards the front of our RV. Excuse the mess. So there's right down here is the black tank flush. So what we're gonna do is just screw this in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the water, and the most important thing is before you turn on that water, make sure your black tank is open. So by the black tank being open, as it fills with water in there, because you're pumping water in, it will also drain. If the black tank is closed, you will fill it up, and once it gets full, it's going to take all that nasty water and spill it from your toilet into your RV. So actually, let's check and make sure the black tank's open, and then we'll turn on the water. Open. And that's why we check. I thought it was still open, but I had closed it. So it's good to always double check on your way to the water. You always want to open the water a little bit at first. That way you don't shock the hose with too much pressure. And then you can open it more from there. Once you're all done, make sure to close your black tank. Disconnect the sewer hose, put the sewer cap on the black tank exit, come over it, disconnect the water hose and fold it up nicely for the next person to come to the dump station. Close the dump station lid, lock it, go give the key back, and now your RV's all dumped. Two great resources to find dump stations on the road while traveling is iOverlander, which we use to find our dump stations, water, and propane. Another great one is rvdumps.com. So that's two great resources to find places to dump while you're traveling. Either have sanitizing wipes laid out or have your assistant Lila lay you out a sanitizing wipe for when you get back in the car. Thank you, Lila, because it's a dirty job and you definitely want to clean up. Lila. We did manage to catch Lila. She was being a very bad girl, but like we said, make sure to wash your hands, make the station clean, put everything away, and get out of here. If this video helped you, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more great RV, how-to, and outdoor content. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day.